Okay.
Yes. Hello, guys. This is the Patrick Ogidi. If you can see him and hear his voice at the same time, let me know in the comments. But of course, by now you should be able to see that. Splendid. So, I have already hyped this episode. Wait, someone said no audio. Guys, let me know if you can hear his voice, all right? I'm just trying to monitor this. If you can hear his voice, let me know. All right. I want to make sure that everyone. Okay, Ngozi said yes. So if you know you're not having good audio, you probably need to increase your own volume. Everything is working. All right. So I have hyped this episode for a while. Everyone knows who Patrick is. For those who do not know, Patrick is the #1 authority in mini importation business in Nigeria. He's been doing this for a long time. And I've been following his work. I had to do a ton of research before bringing him on here to share his wisdom. And there is something phenomenal that's going on today. Like I told you guys, today is Patrick's birthday. And he has graciously agreed to share his time with us today. I don't know how to say thank you, but thank you, Patrick, for being here. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Regards to Madam and the kids from Smart Big Camp.
Yeah, they are fine. They are in the sitting room.
Okay.
I'll find them there for now. All right.
Splendid. Now, let's get right into it. We're going to use a case study because we're very big on practicals. We're practical intensive. So there's a lot of people. Some are already into mini importation. Some have no idea. Some have heard about it. They've read about it. But now, you know, what they need is to talk to not just someone who is doing it, but someone who has done this successfully over and over again with repeat success. And so we're going to use a case study on how anybody can get started in mini importation business, scale this up to ₦1 million business with just a little as 20K. I know that people even start with less, but I just picked a figure that, you know, that like throwaway money. Anybody can pick up 20K and start. Right, so how can anybody get started with just 20K? I know we have slides, so in a minute I'm going to put them up on the screen too. But from here on out, I will let you have the show. Welcome, Patrick.
Thank you, John, for having me on the Smart Big Big Business community. I'm so excited to be here today, and I've been a member of the camp of the group for a long time, even though I've only been a non-active member. Yeah. I've been consuming all the contents and enjoying them. And I think I belong to just a couple of groups on Facebook, about 4 of them. And Smart Big Camp happens to be one of them. I think the second group I would ever join on Facebook. And I've been waiting for something from you all this while, but I don't think you have anything on that. And that is how to grow, nurture, and make a group profitable. I've been longing for a material like that.
Okay.
Because I know you. I've been following you since the days of the days you had less than 15,000 members, and now over 70,000 members.
Wow. Awesome.
Okay, so I've been a Smart Big camper for a long time. All right, to the business of the day, and that is the business of mini imports. I don't know if my voice is loud enough.
Loud and clear, man.
Good. Then how to start $1 million e-com business with less than 20,000 naira. All right. Awesome. And the truth is, each time I tell people they can actually start their mini importation business with as little as 20,000 naira, even as little, as 10,000 naira. Some persons, tend to sit closer to the tip of their seats, and then they're like, are you kidding me, or are you just one of these guys that blow it and code and leave us hanging or something? But the truth is, you can actually start with your interest, how bad you want it, how you want the results, and how ready you are to follow instructions and feel, learn, and grow. Yeah. But here today, I'm going to be giving us a practical step on what you need to do to start with as little as 20,000, and then I'm going to be showing two of my numerous students who have actually done something, from nothing. basically. All right. But before that, I would like to talk a little bit about who Patrick Ogidi is. Patrick has 3 women in his life, right? My wife, and then my 2 damn selves, and then has been into this mini importation business for over 7 years. Yeah, over 7 years. I wouldn't want to double into how I got into the mini importation business, but it hasn't all been rosy. But been, you know, ups. There's been ups and downs, you know, which has and approached over 50,000 Nigerians and nationals of other countries. All right, I think I have over 180,000 persons who read from me about mini importation business. You know, a lot of persons who've been successful, and a lot of others who, you know, who come around, but you know, who came around, but they've not been able to make anything out of it. Well, I try to give my best. I try to lecture. I try to tutor you and coach you as much as I can. But then, the decision to take it off from there, you know, lies with you. But I know that Smart Big Campers on here tonight won't just want this to fall on to be like any other information they've been consuming and not acting on, right? Because this is a practical something, and I'm gonna try my best to be as practical as possible. All right. Okay. Pat is also a funnel and email strategist. I write a lot of emails. I've sent out a lot of emails. I think since in my 7 years, I've sent over 50,000 different emails. All right. So, mini importation business. When you hear about mini importation business, a lot of persons tend to think towards a lot of things. Some think, oh, what do you mean mini importation business? Do I have to, you know, go to China? Do I have to, you know, buy container load of items and wait for months for them to get to Nigeria and then face all the custom protocols, clearing and all that? A lot of persons, you know, have different ideas about what mini importation business is. But I think most of the guys who think this way, who think in this line, tend to throw away the mini that is before the importation. The mini there implies that you do this importation business, you know, devoid of every other, devoid of the normal traditional way of importing, going to custom, getting the whatever documentation and all that. You sit right in front of your laptop or your phone, you know, assess these markets, you know, in Asia, source for items, connect with suppliers. I mean, quality suppliers now that sells quality products, you know, pay them. And as a matter of fact, they can actually pay in Naira, right? Pay them in Naira and have these items shipped to you, all right? And then you can decide to get them into your house without going out of your house, or at once go to the logistic company that brings this item in. So basically, we don't have to wait for months. We're talking about 2 to 7 days, you know, maximum. We don't have to wait for months or sign any document or have to get any certification from the government agencies or something. We sit right in front of our house, from the corner of our office, wherever, and then we can do this mini importation business successfully. All right. Now, for you to be able to do this business successfully in Nigeria and elsewhere, you know, there are things you need to do the mini importation business thing. There are things you need to have in place. First is they have to be you have to be sure of the type of products. Well, I teach mini importation business, and I tell people I do this for profit's sake and not for any other thing, right? So I don't accept you buying something you want to use personally yourself. I don't have issues with that, but I know a majority of persons that have come through come for my coaching and all that have gone through my coaching, you know, do this for business sake. And if that is you, then you have to be very, very careful about the kind of products you import, because you don't want to import products based on what you like or what you think will sell, and at the end of the day you're not able to sell it. At the end of the day, if you're not able to sell a product you import, you research and all that, it's even better you don't even attempt at all. So the kind of products we import should be the first thing we should be very, very you know, carefully about. We want to import products people want to buy. That's first. We want to import products that we don't have to keep, you know, in our home or wherever for a long time. We want to import products we don't want to keep in our home for a very long time. We want to import products that have ready markets already. And in my 7 years of being in this business, I've come to realize that we have, you know, 3 or 4 classes of these products, right? I tell anybody, who want to make profit, especially those who have little capital, you know, to start to put into this business, you know, to concentrate on these three areas, you know, or classes of products. First one, there is things that has to do with fashion. We know our ladies are crazy about fashion. I keep telling people an average Nigerian girl would use, you know, her school fees to buy a fashion product. Yeah, I have a wife who is still young, so I know what I'm actually talking about, and I have sisters. So they wouldn't find it very difficult, you know, buying items for themselves, fashion items, you know, with their school fees money. I don't know, they might they have other plans to get this money replaced. But the truth is, they don't think twice to buy stuff they need fashion. And I'll give an example of such products. So for example, if a lady has something like stretch marks, she wants a solution as fast as possible. All right, sorry, I go. So if a lady has stretch marks, sorry, that's my daughter there. She wants
okay.
If a lady has stretch marks, she wants a product that solves the stretch marks, right? I've had this. I've encountered ladies who had problems of stretch marks, and I know how far they went to, you know, have that stretch mark. Forget some ladies who say, "Oh, it's sexy, make me sexy," and all that. But the truth is, if they find a solution, and they have, you know, in economy, they say opportunity, because if they have money, they can, you know, easily throw into that solution, they would get it, right? So products that have to do with ladies fashion sells very well, right? I think more on skin, anything that has to do with their skin, you know, black, dark underarms, black hairs, and all that. These products are products we can easily source on online and then sell, you know, at 100, 200, 300, even 500% profit. So that's one, fashion product. Then two is security products. We don't know, many people don't know this, but the truth is, people are getting you know, very, very serious with their security, right? Especially with the recent happenings in our country. Kidnappings here are there. People want to keep an eye on their wards, on their kids, while they are away in school or elsewhere. All right, and there are products, you know, on the platforms I'll be talking about shortly, that you can actually get, you know, and doesn't require any certification from the government or anything, that can help you keep track of your kids. One of such products is one they call the Kids smartwatch. It's just like a normal kids watch, but the truth is, it does more than a watch. You actually can synchronize it with your phone, and then you can monitor the location of your phone, your watch, your child, from your phone, so long he has the watch on, either in a bag or on her hand, something like that. Now, you can as well, you know, activate something from your phone to listen to the sounds, you know, sounds people are making around the house, and send it back to you. So in that way you keep an eye on your child, and you know what's happening to them at every point in time. Products like this sell very, very well. Then there's also there's some videos that went online, that went viral online the other time, about a house help who maltreats the child. A child she was supposed to be taken care of, right? She was maltreating the child. He never knew, and the parents have some cameras installed somewhere. Now, there are products you can get that replaces. There are products you can get that replaces you know, the traditional CCTVs that are very, very expensive. They are inexpensive products you can easily get. Products like this sell like crazy, because people know they can easily get them, plug it into somewhere on their phone. There's one that looks like a phone charger. There's one that looks like a phone charger, and then you plug it in, records whatever that happens in the room, and then you can later take out the memory card and you know, play back on your phone or on your PC, right? So security products sell very, very well. And now if you want to take it a step further, and then you talk about car trackers, right? When I got my first car the other time, I wanted to install a tracker on it, and I was told by a tracking company that I was asked to pay about 50,000 naira to install a tracker on it. You know, curiously, I went online and I started searching to find out how if I can get that same tracker, you know, cheaper. Funny enough, I got it from one of these portals you'll be learning about tonight, and then I made contact with the tracker installer, and he came and installed the tracker. I bought it for $24, which should be roughly about 24 by 360. I'm bad at mathematics now, at calculation.
Okay, I could help you calculate that from here.
Okay.
Your daughter wants to be a part of the webinar.
I don't know what's wrong with that. Now go pay them for me. Go get them. I have to give you right now.
What's the exchange rate you are working with?
Let's work with 365.
Okay, 365. That's fine. So that is 8,760.
Good. And I paid another 7,000 naira for the installer to come put it, and in the space of 4 minutes, it was done with the tracker. Right. That means I ended up saving almost 50% of what I would have paid, to the tracking company. Now the truth is, I shared this same experience with some persons in one of my trainings, my physical trainings, and some persons picked it up and they developed that into a full-blown business idea, and they had a mini tracking company, right? They had a mini tracking company. They import this, they advertise on Facebook for these tracking companies, so for these tracking services, and then they install it for clients and charge them lesser than what the known tracking companies charge. Yeah, so that's about security. Now we have health products. Now health is wealth, and it's not just only in that sense. We know that already. Health is actually wealth. If you can also sell health related products, right? Many of us don't know that there are tons and tons of health products we can sell that fill in health demand, that fill in a lot of health problems people have, normal problems. One of that is tea, right? There's a popular tea, flat tummy weight loss tea, right? And I don't know if I'm revealing if I'm opening some business secrets of the big players out there. Most of these flat tea companies, right? They get this same tea from the source I'll be sharing with you shortly, right? They just get the same tea. The only different thing they do is they buy in bulk, and then they tell these suppliers to brand this tea for them, with the name they want. And the good thing is, tea doesn't require a NAFDAC registration number. I used to think it does until I researched into that. Yeah, tea doesn't require a NAFDAC registration number. And if you doubt that, walk into any known big pharmacy around you, sometime, and check out for weight loss teas. Any of these solutions that come in teas hardly have a NAFDAC number. Not as if you go to NAFDAC, they won't register that for you. But the truth is, most of these guys don't do, and they don't know that tea doesn't really require a NAFDAC number. You can sell any tea products without a NAFDAC number. Now, tea products are not only for this fat loss, weight loss thing. These guys know that people are used to teas, people like taking teas and all that. So they kind of package most of their solutions into most of these health solutions into teas. Now we have tea for clear eyesight. If you're having an eye issue, there are tea products for that. If you have sexuality problems, sexual problems here, especially for the guys, there are tea products for that. And now we can actually get these teas and sell, because they sell at you actually buy them at a very cheap rate, $1, $2 or thereabout, and you bring them here and you sell for 25,000 naira. I have a couple of my students who sell the eye tea. I don't want to mention the product's name here. I know I would, but it's actually for a brighter eye. They buy for $2.5 and they end up selling 20,000 naira. Right?
Okay, hold on a sec. I think you broke off a little there where you talked about how much they bought it for and how much they sold it for. So please repeat that again.
Okay, good. As per the tea, the eye bright tea, eye solution tea, right? It sells as little as $2.5, and then they sell as high as 25,000 naira, 20,000 naira. Okay. I don't know if that's clear.
Got it.
Hello, John.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's clear, right?
Yes. Okay, just a minute.
We'll talk about because three classes of products.
Sorry,
focus on, especially if you're just starting out.
All right, just a minute, please. So just in case people did not hear that, because I know that many people are having network issues, so I'll repeat that in case it was breaking. he said that flat tummy tea, or I mean, or the other tea that was for eyesight, they bought these products for just about $2 or $2.5. All right, now
$2.5. Yeah,
$2.5 in naira. Let me do that calculation so that you can get it in perspective. I'm using 365, and $2.5 is 912 naira. 912 naira, and it was sold for 25,000 naira.
Yeah.
So imagine the profits. Bought at not even up to 1K, but sold at around 25,000 naira.
1K, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Patrick.
Wonderful. So these are the 3 classes of products you should focus on, especially if you are starting out. The reason I advise people to focus, my students to focus on this class of products, is because they are products that have almost you almost do not fail in them, because they are products people will always get, right? There are lots of products that sell every day, but the issue with this kind of products is that you have to be getting those kind of products often and on. You might come up with a particular product, and then the next day it feels everywhere, it's saturated. You either you started having the issue of having stocks, and then the market is not there. Start looking for another product that can fit in and all that. Now that became a problem for most of the guys, and I tend to advise that if you want to really not have that particular problem, you have to go for products people will always get, right? Products like this eyesight tea, flat tummy tea, weight loss tea are products people will always get. No matter what, it can never be saturated. But then you also have to make sure your marketing is on point, and I'll be getting to that. Now, you have the product ready, you have the product in mind, you've chosen a product. The next thing should be ordering them, right? Because the truth is, if you go to most of these platforms you see everywhere online, they sell to you like you are buying from somebody in Nigeria. And if that is the case, then there's no even point buying or having any knowledge of this mini importation thing. You'd have just gone straight and buy from the Nigerian supplier, right? But because our goal is to make profit as much as we can, we have to make sure we order and source these products, in the cheapest possible way we can. And how do we do that? Now, we all know the popular AliExpress, and people think things are actually cheap there, right? Yeah, things are actually cheap there, because there are products that sell for $10 there. You bring that in, $10 should be around 3,600 naira. You bring that product in itself for 15,000 naira. From every standard, by every standard, you've made a great profit, right? What if I tell you that product you buy for $10, that you can actually get that same product for maybe $2, and then sell at the same price? The same guy who gets for $10 sell. I mean, you see the difference. You're getting for $2, you're selling for, let's say, 15,000 naira, and the other guys are getting for $10 and they're selling for the same 15,000 naira. Both of you are making profit, but like they will say, profit past profit.
Yeah.
And the other type of profit is actually what I think everybody here will be interested in. Now, how do we go about finding sourcing for the best product? Okay, the truth is, and yes,
just before you continue, Patrick, there's something I noticed while you were talking. I know people are like, "Oh, John Obidi, keep quiet, yo. We're enjoying the class. You two wait, I'm coming." So, but I noticed that while you're going through, you're not just giving vague examples. And most people that teach mini importation, they try to keep quiet when it comes to the niche, so that you don't enter that same niche and start competing with them. But you've just been giving product names, the margins, the numbers, and that's really remarkable. Why is it that you are able to go with such specificity and not be afraid of competition?
Awesome. Good. Now, I keep telling people, competition is a good thing, because it helps you, stay ahead of your competitors, your competition. Because if there's no competition, if people don't think there's competition, there's no higher plane you would get to. You will still remain in that competition level with them. The truth is, most of these guys out there, most of the mini importation gurus out there, I call them, follow the same traditional method, right? They might be able to get a particular product, not minding how much they get that product for, but then selling that product again becomes a problem. They are focused on the same old way they've been told to sell. Go to Facebook, slam some Facebook ads, let people comment, get the order sent to them. Even if it's returned, they don't care. The truth is, if you continue to sell in that way, in that manner, you would soon you would soon be kicked out of the business. That's the truth.
Okay.
That's actually the reason why you hear lesser number of persons talk about mini importation these days. All right.
Okay.
If you don't find a new way to market this product. For example, we talk about weight loss teas and all that. The traditional known way by everybody to market these products is just come on Facebook, put a picture or YouTube, and then the marketers actually, I call it, that's actually doing it the old backward way, right?
Okay.
You might make few sales, but that wouldn't guarantee that you would make $1 million from. You can easily build $1 million business around that product. But I talk about if you want to really take that to another level, we talk about what we call funnel. We talk about what we call selling beyond just experts say it takes 7 contacts to make a sale, right?
Yes.
People love John Ogidi. They know John Ogidi because John Ogidi has been consistent. John Ogidi gives content which I enjoy reading a lot, as a matter of fact. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm just getting to tell you this right now.
All right, no wahala.
But the truth is, if you don't sell in this, if you sell like every other person there, you would just either be making peanut that will just be enough for you to live and eat and all that, without making anything. Building a 6-figure, actually. If you want to build a 6-figure around the mini importation business, people still think mini importation business or e-com business about getting a product and then selling and making 2,000 naira profit, and then in the next 3 weeks you make the same again, and then the other profit comes again in another. It has to be consistent, and for it to be consistent, you have to live or operate above what the normal what the normal
marketer
strategies and ways a marketer does. Exactly.
And I'm guessing.
I am so confident.
Okay.
I'm so confident because.
Go on.
All right, go ahead.
Go on.
I'm so confident in this because people, more than 90% of people who've heard about mini importation business before don't know exactly how to sell, how not to sell like the normal mini importers, right?
Okay.
They don't know how to use the funnels to sell and all that. But I'll be coming to that a bit later.
And
so that's about
I'm guessing that a lot of the money also comes from repeat buyers. So if you're one of the people who would just sell the first time and break people's hearts, get many returns, you will lose out on repeat buyers.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. I have this student. He's 19 years. He stays in Ebonyi State. He was selling a fashion product, right? And he was doing very, very well. I saw his stats and I was impressed. And then I told him, I love challenging people a lot. I told him, you're making these figures. They are awesome. They're fine. But you can actually make ×3 from these same persons who buy this product from you. And he wanted to know more. I turned off my system and I went to bed. Then I woke up in the morning. I saw myriads of messages from him and all that. Then I know he was serious. I told him just a simple thing: how he can get those persons who bought from them before. As a matter of fact, at the point of buying, at the point of delivering that item to the particular buyer, you literally force them, leaving them with no option than to say, oh, I need this additional product at an additional cost. What happens there is that they've ordered for a product. What happens majorly is when people order for a product, there's this element of doubt. When you are able to deliver the product to them, you've to some extent won their confidence. Now that is actually the best time to pitch them a high price product. People leave this out. People leave this out. So I shared this with this guy, and he didn't even wait for the product to get to. He added it, at a particular place in the whole flow, in the process, right? And it increased his profit margin. Why not investing anything more on ads? The same amount of money he invests on ad, and he increase it by 3 times. Like somebody buys this, you present him with this, and then he puts them together, he buys them. And since then he's been doing that and it's been working for him. So that is actually one of the things that makes me so confident, talking about sharing some of these niches and even mentioning some of these products without having to fear or competition or anything. So ordering, you have to be very, very careful with ordering, because people know AliExpress. You can order things there, they are cheap. But as a mini importer, you don't have to just leave it on AliExpress. There are places you can get this item cheaper than AliExpress. When I say 100% cheaper, people misunderstand it, but I've actually been able to prove this beyond every reasonable doubt. Products you get for $10 and I'm making the same profit from AliExpress, you can actually get them for $2, $3, $4.
Okay.
I mean, saving
just before
$6.
you mentioned those things. I remember when I put out the announcement, people were commenting and asking about the quality of those products, because it seemed incredible that the products would be so cheap. So what's the quality like? Is it just a price mirage, or is there any difference in quality?
Now this is actually a kind of a mentality we in this part of the world, including me myself, we believe that anything coming from Asia, especially China, is actually fake. Yeah. But I've actually researched into that, and I found that China produces for virtually every of these wonderful countries.
True.
Right.
True.
And there's this cream I was actually trying to source at the time. The only guy who was selling that cream then, it happened to be a UK guy, and I bought the cream from UK. It was for my wife. I got the cream well packaged and everything, right? Then at the point I was curious. I started searching. I wasn't convinced this cream was actually made in UK, because if it was made in UK, it was supposed to be more expensive than I thought, right? Then I started searching. Then I researched and found a company, the same company makes this cream for this guy. The only thing they did was they signed an NDA, non-disclosure
Yes.
Non-disclosure agreement. But sorry, I found my way around it, and one of the guys in the company revealed to me, because I saw that same cream, all right, on one of their websites in China. I talked with them. They refused just letting me into any of the I showed them the other guy's product. They refused telling me anything about it, all right? And then I got one of them to tell me the truth, and he told me, yeah, this happened like 2 years ago. Yeah, we made this cream, but then if any of his bosses find out, that he's going to be fired and all that. And I realized that these guys make these things here. Now the truth is, if you're buying stuff from these portals, right? And there are different qualities of this. There are different levels of qualities of this stuff to buy. Okay. I used to sell Revival products, right? And I found the original company producing it. Right, the original company. While dealing with the original company, they referred me to another company. Sorry, they told me about another company who is also, producing that kind of a spray. It's actually a spray. And then they got to tell me this guy used to be their staff, but he left. Now the truth is, his product is nice. They told me this guy's product, was very, very perfect, but he lacks a particular, ingredient he wasn't able to get, and that ingredient, happened to be one of the most important ingredients in the hair loss product. Now that other guy's product was very cheap, but it wasn't working. Now there are some things online, because these things will buy them from portal, that can help you at the first sight detect that these guys are what they're onion. They don't hype it. They are just everything they promise. All right, and I'll give just a tip of that. If you open any of these product pages and you look at the product details under the review, you see what lots of persons are actually looking for. All right, when you see people talking good about product and the product has over 4.5% rating, then it shows you that product is actually you're actually good to go with that product. You can actually get that product, and people down here will not complain. So when people tell me, how am I sure this product are not going to be fake? The truth is, 99% of those products you buy on Instagram are China. All right, but it's up to you, the seller, to be able to find the ones that are original, that are not just fake.
Yeah,
they are fake out there everywhere. They are fake out there. So it's up to you to find the one. And I've just given you one of the tips by looking at the feedback. There are tons of other tips.
Yeah.
Time will not permit me to share with you here.
All right, go on.
Okay, so that's about yeah, and then I want to delve into the case study proper. Shipping is one place people get it wrong.
Sorry, hold on a sec. I hope I did not cut you off when I talk about where to get the products from, or is it coming on later on in the presentation?
Yes, yeah, I think that'll be coming on later in the presentation.
Okay, all right, cool. So do you need me to put up the slides?
Shipping, no, not yet.
Cool.
When I'm done with the shipping, I'll put on the slide.
Okay.
Now shipping, shipping. If you get the shipping wrong, you would fail with every other thing, because shipping, if you get it wrong, you pay more. You pay like 3, 5, 6, 7 times what you ought to pay, right? And I tell people, there's actually an easier way a cheaper way, a faster way, and cheaper way than DHL. People don't tend to believe me, but I've been able to prove that. I've been able to practicalize that, and I've had thousands of students use that. I've even made that popular, right? We all know DHL. DHL is a very, I would say, perfect by every standard, Nigerian standard, means of shipping. But the truth is, if you want to ship a 1 kg item from using DHL, maybe from China, be ready to pay, a price that is 3 times, more than the price of the product. Nobody wants something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, I found, a way to go around this. I found companies in Nigeria that can help you get this item, pick up this item from the supplier in China, get them down to Nigeria within the space of 2 to 7 days. Now, if you want it in 2 days, you pay a little bit higher. Higher, but still cheaper than DHL, like 100% cheaper than DHL.
Wow.
DHL could be charging like $50. Yeah, DHL could be charging like $50 to send a particular item. But with this company, you'll be paying, not even close to $10 to send the whole of the item, and it comes even faster than the DHL.
That's incredible.
What this company, how they operate is, how they operate, they have, they have a kind of reps in Nigeria, majorly in Lagos. Most of these Igbo markets. What you do is you buy these things there. They have also a rep in China. You connect the rep in China with your supplier. The supplier sends it to them. They pick it up and send to you. And the sweetest part of this whole thing is you don't get to pay a dime for the shipping until it gets to Nigeria. That means you have to see what you're buying. You have to see your goods before you pay for the shipping. And that's very, very awesome. So awesome. It's easy, it's cheaper, it's easier. And one good thing again about this is you don't have to battle with anything custom. For example, in those days, I used DHL to import a particular type of tea. All right, and then DHL guys, I don't know, I don't want to speak ill of anybody, but the next thing I was tracking, I saw that the product was already in Lagos, and then the next thing I heard was the next thing I got was an email from DHL. A call from DHL that I should send them my email. I sent my email. They sent me a very long, lengthy email that ended with an instruction to go pay 25,000 naira, blah blah blah, for some custom clearance. I said, well, I'm supposed to pay this to custom account. Why to DHL account? Well, I told them they should send it back. I told them to send it back. Yeah, get the cake. I told them to send it back to China, and then the next day I saw my product in my office without even paying.
Nice
job. Yeah. Well, here, these guys. Absolutely anything. The reason is they have some kind of arrangement with all these custom guys. They know these are the guys that help all these Alaba boys bring in their items. So they already have some kind of arrangement with them. So when you give them your item, it gets straight to you. They get it to Lagos, call you, you come and pick it up. And if you're not in Lagos, it's not like you can't use them. If you're not in Lagos, you can connect with them, and then you pay about 2,000 naira, and they'll send it to you through any of these bus services. So it's that very simple, and it's very cheap, cheaper than DHL, and faster than DHL. 100% cheaper and faster than DHL.
Amazing.
5 days, 7 days, 4 days, but here you can actually get your item in 2 days. If you don't want to pay more, maybe the item is not that urgent, you can let it come in 7 days and you pay lesser. Okay, now you want to put please put in the put a slide,
okay,
so
slides.
I can share a case study. A very wonderful case study of 2 of my great students that have been able to start from nothing. When I say nothing, some of them were able even to start without the 20,000 naira.
Okay, it's up now.
Good. Sorry. Okay. So we're looking at some steps these guys in this case studies took that have helped them build their 7-figure business, right? And these guys never thought it's actually possible to build this kind of business, a 6-figure, 7-figure business around mini importation business, e-commerce. One of them is Mr. George Enyi, right? Mr. George Enyi, graduated from the University of Port Harcourt Environmental something department, all right? But he's this kind of guy that I want to call him in my palace. We call them chinchi. He's a parasite. Like, he keeps disturbing you each and every time. Every time he keeps sending email. It's either he's complaining, doesn't have money to get your courses, or he doesn't have money to pay for your coaching or whatever. But the truth was, it was always in my inbox, always itching me. You know, I ignore some, I give attention to some, but the truth was, he ended up catching my attention. All right. This guy, after graduating from the University of Port Harcourt, he started mini potential business. He probably bought, one of these courses out there from people, not from me now. And he started a mini potential business. It seemed that he was doing well till the whole recession thing came. When recession thing came and dollar was almost soaring to 600 naira per dollar, he saw himself crashing to 0 naira profits. All right, that was actually when he said he ignored me. That's actually when, but he think he could save some money, and cut corners. So that was actually when he came. And then I had a discussion with him. He said he opted for, a one-on-one training. He had to travel from Lagos to, from Port Harcourt to Lagos for a one-on-one training. The truth was, he came in the morning. We had the training. We didn't actually finish that day. And then he wanted to start going back to Port Harcourt that same night, and I just looked at the poor young boy. I pitied him. I had to go, get a hotel room for him, and he stayed back in the hotel and left the next morning. I just pitied him. Maybe I was just touched or something. But the truth was, he came. He after that training, he discovered why he failed in his earlier attempts. Even at that recession, times, people were still making, even with the $600. As a matter of fact, when dollar was $100 naira per dollar, those who have the right information were still making money, because the competition became very, very lean. People shied away from importing. They said, "Oh, I don't have 600 naira per dollar to import," and all that. So the few persons who have the right information, and the right information is actually where to get this product cheaper, so that even if you're not making as much profit you made when dollar was about $200 naira per dollar, 300 naira per dollar, you will still be making profit that would keep you and be very comfortable, right? So he came, and I took him through one of the ways of finding a hot in demand product, because it's actually very important, right? And he was able to get a product for a product for $1.5, right? I showed him where he would have, if he didn't come for the training, where he would have gotten the product for, say, $10, $12. And then I gave him a link to the same product selling at $1.5. That's like saving almost $8-9, from just importing the product, right? Now he started selling the products. What did he do? He created a fan page, normal, just very simple, basic thing. Created a fan page, and then he started promoting the product. And I'll have to show you the product here. Okay. I don't know, Mr. John.
Yes, it's on. That's the ear vacuum thing, right?
Okay, exactly, the ear vacuum. Yeah. If you look at the one on the right hand side with the X, on it, it sells there at for $10.13, and on the other portal it sells for $0.50. The same product, the same quality, the same everything, the same China. Now, if he didn't know, he would have just gone ahead to get it from $10.13 and maybe end up not making profit, and then say mini importation is not paying or something. But we were able to get the product for him for $0.5. He started drawing some basic advice. The truth was, when he got this product, the product was nowhere. Nobody was advertising the product. The product was nowhere. He started selling this product, and within a short time, he started sending me messages upon messages, right? And one of them should be on the screen right now. If you go to, he said 800K this morning for a week return. Just in a week, he was able to do 800,000 naira, from just this product. And because in the training, I told him 1 million naira is actually possible per month. I told him 1 million naira monthly is actually possible. But right now, at that point, he was even close to making $1 million naira weekly, and it has continued like that since then. This is a very normal guy. He didn't have to borrow any money to start. Just the same, 20,000 naira, 10,000 naira, buy this product. Now imagine we are buying this product for $0.5, and you have 20,000 naira to start. Now I want you to just leave out 10,000 naira for running your ad and maybe paying for logistics and all that. Now, with the product at $0.50, you can get 20. Can you calculate for me how many how much 20 of these products, how much you'll be paying for 20 of these products? That's 0.5 times 20.
Okay, 0.5 times 20 units, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's $10.
Good. $10 by 360 by 400 is about 4,000 naira.
Wow.
Good. So as I'm assuming he got he paid 4,000 naira, right? And then he's able to ship them in, and this product is very, you know, lightweighted. It's not something you have to pay and you have to pay an amount that is more than what you paid for the product. That's another thing I didn't even mention. The weight of the product also matters. It doesn't make any sense that they're buying the product for $1, right? And then the product is weighing 1 kg and you are paying 2,000 naira for that to bring in that product. It doesn't actually make sense. So this guy George hasn't stopped at that. He's he's one of the students that have been one of the students that I've been so proud of, right? I even had to warn him at a particular time to stop posting all this good news or good things about me on Facebook and all that, so people don't start thinking this guy is actually paying this guy to post all these things. But the truth is, this same guy, I quarreled with him though, was able to get in November last year. Early last year he moved to Lagos, and then but by November last year, I was able to get for himself a ride, a Toyota Venza. Even though I quarreled with him, I said, man, one, you're small. I don't know why you should be getting something like that. But I said, well, that he thinks he makes the money and he can, afford it. So that's why he's getting it. That's actually what he moves. That's actually what he drives right now. Okay. But
where did he move from? Where did he move from?
He moved from Port Harcourt to Omole Phase 2.
Okay.
That's the one very close to Berger. Yeah, that's actually where he stays right now.
Okay.
He moves from Port Harcourt to Omole Phase 2. I don't want to mention how much he pays for his house and all.
Okay, that's fine.
What I know is that he has actually even graduated from selling just in Nigeria to selling in other African countries. That's possible. I wouldn't want to talk about how you can sit right here in Nigeria and sell to people in African countries and get your money in naira.
That is
without even having
continental takeover.
Exactly. That's without having to pick any call. You sell to people in Ghana, to Liberia, and the truth is, if you think Nigerian market is anywhere close to being saturated, then these markets out there are just, they are untapped. Crazy. Liberia, Ghana. I'm giving away too much, but that's fine. Liberia, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Tanzania. You can actually sit right here in Nigeria and sell to them. Get your money right back into your Nigerian account, right? I will leave that for
okay.
Some of that time. Okay, and then another case study here is I call him my boy, because John, I'm one kind of person that I don't like making things easy for anybody. Even for my wife, I don't make things easy for anybody, my siblings, anybody. This guy, he used to work in a car wash. The car wash is exactly opposite Diamond Bank in Ogba. They call the car wash Olaiton's car wash, right? You can go there and ask for a guy they call Ace King, right? He left there sometime last year. Now, each time I go to wash my car, he's from Imo. Each time I go to wash my car, he doesn't know what I do. Initially, I thought he thought I do some kind of Yahoo whatever thing. So I didn't really give him much attention to it. He tell me, boss, I beg now that he's tired of this thing and all that. The funny thing, he was sleeping in the car wash. The car wash was by the roadside. They wash the car. He gets 150 naira from every car he washes, and he was sleeping in the same car wash without no cover. They're just there sleeping in the open. Right now, every time I go there, he keeps disturbing me. I don't know how he got to find out about my office. He came to my office one day, without an appointment. But then, when his name came in, I saw him. I had to let him in. He came. He started telling me, "Man, boss, he does this car work, but he's not happy. He wants to." I said, "What do you think I do?" He said, "Anything I do that is not, so long as not legit." That's actually the line that anything I do that so long as legit, that he's ready to do. Are you serious here? I said, "Do you have a laptop?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay, good. I think I have you in the balls. Go and get a laptop." I know it will be extremely difficult for you to get a laptop. He earns 115. The truth was, I tried to use that to discourage him. I want to actually find out if he's really, really serious about this whole thing. So he went out, he left, and then he came back in 7 days time. Do you know what this guy did? He had to even tell me what he did later on. He said he had to go meet his pastor, and he told his pastor, any of the jobs that they need to do for that month in the church, that he's ready to do them. He doesn't want the pastor to pay him the full whatever. He wants him to just give him 30,000 naira to go to Computer Village and buy the lowest of laptops. when he shared this with me, I literally shed tears, right? So he got a laptop. I was in my office one day. He came back with like, boss, this is the laptop, and I was shocked. Products, I had about 30 products, 3 different products. That is 10 of each. I told my staff to arrange 30 of the products for him. I gave him the product. I told him to take it to that your car wash, wherever you keep your stuff, keep it there. And then I just opened the Facebook account. I opened my Facebook account. I showed him, okay, make a post on Facebook. I didn't even go into the technicalities of advertising on Facebook and all those targeting and all that. Make a post on Facebook, boost it. Create a page, make a post, boost the page, and that's it. And then this guy started. Okay, I could even list some of the products I gave him. I gave him this Was vacuum cleaner. I gave him a product for the is it ankle? Heel. Sorry, for the heel, like broken heel. I don't know. They call it
to soften your soles, Abby.
Good, exactly. The soles for guys that that product and one other one. Now he started running at about $500 naira per day. He was spending 500 naira per day, and he was making sales. I never took after about 8 days or thereabout. He came back and told me he made 23 sales, and that 23 sales amounted to 103,000 naira pure profits.
Wow!
The way he was even sharing the thing, it was as if he has won. It was as one naira bet, as 100 million in naira bet. I sensed it. I said, man, this guy. If this is the only thing I would do in your life, I think I'll be happy with that. So I said, okay, this is actually what you do. I put him through. From then on, after about 2 weeks, this guy came back and told me, boss, I want to go and get the house. I said, yes, you need to go and get the house. He left there. He went to one side of Ogba. He got the house. He paid 120,000 naira for, a normal one, small, whatever, anyhow out. But the truth was, he stopped sleeping in the car wash. But right now, as I'm talking to you, the guy stays in a one bedroom and a parlor apartment. The street is actually Oyameku Street. I want to give every detail. He still comes to my office, but he does really, really well. He has built his business to about 800,000 naira or thereabout monthly, and he started just, I think, by September, sometime in August, September 2017, and he's doing that very, very well right now. I think he told me the other day he has a marijuana that he has put on the road that he didn't tell me before getting it, but he has a marijuana now that also gets him money. So the guy is actually I don't. If you want to doubt it in any way, you can go to Olaitos Car Wash, opposite Diamond Bank Ogba. Ask for the guy. He told me he went there the other day. He dashed them money because he promises God that anytime he leaves that car wash, he's going to come back and make sure he helps someone else. So he's one of my proudest students that I've always been proud of. And the reason I decided to share his own story and case studies is because he started from almost nothing. Those 30 products I gave him were not even up to 15,000 naira. All right. Then he was spending 500 naira daily. He was getting orders and he was shipping the orders and he was getting money and then reinvesting into the business. So when I tell you can start with 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, that is actually because I'm assuming you have nothing. Sorry, you are on the low kind of, and you should have a 20,000 naira, 10,000 naira. You can easily just throw into this. And if you're ready to reinvest, then it will be very, very. You can build that to something. Then the other day he sent me a message on WhatsApp. This guy, he didn't go to secondary school. Sorry, for some of you that will be thinking, oh, you need to be very, very educated. You need to have some kind of degrees and all that. He sent me a message on WhatsApp. Said, hi boss, hi your body, my oga. Okay, he said my oga body dey cloth. Yeah. I said body dey shark me. And I said shark you how? I just dey happy because of the sugar you put on my mouth, in my mouth, sir. You try not be small. Orders everywhere. Make cool online money. Thanks to you, sir. I appreciate. Now, the guy hasn't traveled to his village for 3 years since he came to Lagos to come and hustle. But I told him, your mom is still there. Go to your village and visit your mom, even if it's a bag of rice. So this Easter, he's preparing to go see his mom, and he's preparing to go see his mom, and for the first time in his life, give his mom some things for to celebrate.
Yeah.
So basically that's about the case studies. But then there are a few things I need to just chip in before you can take over.
Okay,
Mr. John.
All right.
Right now, I've just shared a couple of case studies and just ran you through how anybody. When I say anybody, I mean anybody. All right. When I say anybody, I have a testimony here from a man that is visually challenged. Yeah, visually challenged. He shared his story and he told me, Pat, share my story with the world. His name is Onilude Bamidele.
Okay.
He's visually challenged. That means he accesses the internet through Braille, whatever.
Braille.
Yeah. But you know, this man, he bought one of my courses. Just with the courses, I mean, course you study on your own. He's been able to start his mini importation business studying Braille. He said he had to download an app on his Android phone that translates or whatever to whatever email I send, whatever course I to something he can read on his whatever. This guy says he said, Pat, Ogidi encouraged me to buy and sell. I never even knew he was blind until he sent me this message. Okay, so he didn't actually send me this message. The logistic company that sends item from China, one of them had to even send me this and say, Mr. Pat, are you sure this man is blind? I said, I don't even know any blind person in my list or something, but I have to go through the mail, and the mail, if you can put you have the...
Yes, it's on the screen right now. It's on the screen.
I'm new in this business and it might interest you that I'm blind and illiterate. So, as in he's blind and... Okay, sorry, he's blind and literate, yeah? So, I do not want to depend on people for survival. Could you get a 20-inch LCD TV? He's talking to the China, agents now. That can also help you source, right? I didn't actually mention that. He can actually help you source. You just have to find a product, give them a picture of the product, and they'll help you source for this product, get the cheapest price ever, and you pay, and then they'll order the products. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. So how you can read and send me messages? I'm surprised. They do not sorry, as there's accessibility or the blind on modern phones and computer. I'm using an Apple phone now, and with Bluetooth keyboard, I'm able to type. Blind read Braille and learn to type to go through school. Pat Ogidi encouraged me to buy and sell products for extra income. Now, why I had to share this is because I don't know the level you are in right now, your financial status or whatever that is keeping you down, right? You actually have no reason, if you want to really do this, to not to do this. You have everything you actually need to do this. You can start with 20,000 naira. You can. A blind man can do this. Then why not you, right? Now imagine if a blind man can do this, and then you that have most part of your body intact gets more, right? You learn how to spot hot in demand products within 60 seconds of setting your eyes on them. Yes, that's actually possible. There's actually things, even on Facebook, there are codes you can put on the search button and it will throw up hot in demand products, right? And one of the ways is, if it throws up hot in demand products, you look at the product description, everything, look at the interaction, the engagement, and within a split of a second, 60 seconds, you can decide if this product is hot or not. If it's going to be saturated in a couple of days or weeks, you would know right there. Now imagine if you've imported 5 to 10 hot different products and you're ready to kill. You've been armed with the same guerrilla techniques and all that. You literally know how to milk the mini importation oil well at will. Then how far do you think you can go in the next 1 month, 2 months, or thereabout? Imagine if a primary 6 former car wash guy is able to, just from point and click, do this. These products, and is able to make out something, and is able to build a life for himself. Then how about you? A smart big camper that have been consuming what that the JO has been sharing, and a whole lot of other persons have been sharing. All right, so I think I would have to keep it here. So we'll make space for some questions and answers. All
right, amazing. All right, so just before we take Q&A now, guys, I'm really sorry. Normally we let you guys call in and talk with us, but today the network is just phenomenally crazy. It's one of the things about doing internet business in Nigeria, but we go, they push them, they go. All right, so real quick, a lot of people have been talking about getting Mr. Patrick to coach them and all that. Now, you guys may have seen this announcement in the group already. For just a little money, all right, we are going to sit down with Patrick Ogidi in a room. Now, we can't have him on this webinar for way too long, right? But for 6 hours, we are going to be sitting with Pat Ogidi in the same room. It's going to happen on the 14th of April. And he's going to be teaching us exactly from start to finish how to get started in mini importation. All right, so this is not something that you want to miss. Now look at everything that he said. If we were to charge you for this workshop at least 100,000 naira, and that's that even 100,000 naira would not do justice to what is happening here. Okay, but you know how I'm like that guy, what's his name, that Man U guy, Woodward, who does things on the transfer market. Yeah, so we have done an amazing deal for you guys, an amazing deal, discounted deal, because I want as many Smart B campers as possible to take advantage of this. I'm going to put this up on the screen, and that is the business of importation workshop. All right, we have arranged to have Patrick in the same room, and we are going to go through the business step by step. There are many angles to the business. How do you put out Facebook ads? First of all, how do you look for products that are going to be in demand? How can you look at the slide there? How you can spot hot products within 60 seconds of setting your eyes on them. All right. Being armed with the same guerrilla tactics as the 6- and 7-figure guys. How exactly to get your products to the doorstep of your consumers, how to scale, how to make sales funnels, how to send emails. That is one thing I think that almost very few mini importers do. Most people just do the Facebook ad, you know, people click on the ad, buy the product once and for all, but they don't have that process of running upsells through the funnel and all that stuff, knowing the lifetime value of your customer and so on and so forth. Right now, this is what sets Mr. Patrick aside from everyone else, because he is able to use these techniques and not be afraid of competition. He can come on here and tell you the products that he is even marketing, and he's not afraid that you are going to push him out of business, because he is using only the top 1% of the techniques. All right, so if you want to get more details on that, now the price is only 50,000 naira, but we ran a discount. All right, we ran a discount, and it's going to be 40,000 naira. That price expires tomorrow. Look at the link on the screen, smartbcamp.com/import. Go there and you are going to see the account number to pay to, the steps to take in order to get yourself registered for this workshop. All right, 6 hours with Mr. Patrick, I guarantee you, will save you 6 years of making mistakes and wasting money. All right, follow Who Know Road. I don't think I really have to hard sell you on this, because by now everyone knows the value of what we're doing here. Patrick does not need the money. All right, he's already doing this. He doesn't need to teach it, but it's just a part of him. He likes to teach, and that's why we are super glad to have him on here tonight. All right, so guys, head on. Now it's a small workshop, will not be seminar. It's not Night of Bliss that we are doing. All right, so we can't we can't afford to have everyone there, so you have to act fast. It's on the first come first serve basis. All right, follow the steps on the website smartbcamp.com/import. It's only 40,000 naira, and that price expires tomorrow. All right, so smartbcamp.com/import. You'll get a confirmation from me that you're registered for the class. I'm going to be there in person also, so we're all going to have a fantastic time learning from the boss himself, Mr. Patrick. All right, so I'm looking at my internet. I might be able to take phone calls, but I don't want to risk it. All right, so I'm going to just look through the comment section, and at random I'll just pick some questions. All right, let me see. Chidimma Chukudi says, please give us some cheaper sites apart from AliExpress and logistics company apart from DHL. I don't know. Okay, yeah, so I don't know what's the extent to which you can answer that question, because I know that you like to reserve some information for those who are not just merely curious but really serious about getting to this business. All right, because those who are serious will find their way to the venue on the 14th of April. All right, so do your best to answer, and let's see if we can help Chidima here.
Good. Yeah, I'm not really that good at holding information, so I'm going to be giving you that information. You asked for one of the sites you can buy from, but before I give you this, I'm going to give you the site. Yeah? Before I give you this site, you have to warn that the site is not an all-commerce thing. It's not a site you can just go in and you buy, right? Because this site, one, It's not even open to the international market. It's just like our Konga or Jumia that is for just Nigerians. So this site is strictly for those in China, within China. And the truth is, things are extremely cheap there. And the site is 1688.com. But there, you can pay with your Naira card. You can't communicate with any of them because 99.9999% of sellers there don't even hear go and come, right? So you can't even interact with them, so you don't even want to try. But there's actually a way I'll be sharing on the workshop, the workshop, whereby you do not even need to do anything on the site. You don't even need to sign up on the site. All you need to do is to follow the instructions, and you'll be able to buy any item from the site as fast as you can, as fast as possible. Yeah, so the site is 1688.com, but you do not I beg of you, please don't go there and come back crying tomorrow that, oh, you've been able to you did this and you made this mistake and all that. It's actually 1688.com. Things are cheap there, but you can't just do that. You can't just do anything on that site from Nigeria.
All right, splendid. So people are still asking about the workshop. It's on the 14th of April, so that's on a Saturday, 14th of April 2018. It's holding here in Lagos. Only those who have been registered for the training will get the actual venue. All right. Someone is asking about Ibadan. At the moment, we have no plans for Ibadan. This is happening in Lagos. And yeah, you're saying you're a nursing mom. I understand, but right now we only have plans for Lagos. All right. So if it is humanly or spiritually possible for you to be in Lagos on Saturday, the 14th of April, do it, please, for mankind. All right, do it. Go to smartbcam.com/import. All the information that you need is right there on the website, smartbcam.com/import. So you don't have to cram what I'm saying right now, but just for you to know, 14th of April, and it's just 40,000 naira. That price goes back up to the half price of 50K, but right now it's 40K. If you can pay quickly between now and tomorrow, right? And again, limited spaces are available. We want a small workshop. We don't want a huge seminar. We want people to attend to people one-on-one on that day. All right, so head right on to smartbcam.com/imports. All right. People are asking about the website. It's 1688.com. Okay, people are typing it already. Olowo Dorcas is typing it already there. It's 1688.com. All right. So that's about that. All right. So someone's asking about the logistics company. Did you mention that earlier?
Yeah, I know. I mentioned. I talked about logistics company. I didn't really give any of them.
All right, cool. So those ones.
The truth is, yeah, I'm gonna be reserving.
Okay, good. So that will be reserved for those who are going to be investing in this program, and it's just 40K, guy. What is 40K? By the time you go to the cinema like 2-3 times with your girlfriend, I think 40K is almost gone. Almost, might be a stretch, but you get the point. All right. So smartbcam.com/import. It's not a matter of just having information. We're going to have strategy. We're going to ask him, how do you create your Facebook ads? We'll open his laptop and he will show us how do you do your Facebook ads. Okay, how do you run them through a funnel? How do you get them to become repeat buyers? How do you upsell them? And these are the things that 90% of those who are doing many importation do not do. All right, so we're going to be showing you exactly how you can get started with just a little as 20K, and you can scale this to make as much money as you're really committed to making, as you've seen the testimonials and all that. All right. So let me see if I can pull out any other. Someone's asking for fast action bonus. The fast action bonus is the discounts. Okay, and I've been used for bombing you with fast action bonuses, but maybe I'll think, because I always reward people who take action. All right, I must always give you something at all. So I'll figure out something, but I always deliver something for free to those who invest in these packages. So yes, I will be giving you something. I don't know what it is, but I will definitely give you something. I always do. I don't fail with that. Right. Let me see. Okay. Caleb Adediwura says, I actually do mini importation but need to scale up. So Caleb, you need to be there. All right, you need to be there. Let me see. David Akeji says that he knows Onilude Bamidele and is thanking you for your mentorship. Let me see. Hawa Uthman says, what about people outside Lagos? Won't you come to Abuja? Well, at this moment, we have no plans for anywhere outside Lagos. I'm so sorry. I know what it feels like. I was based in Benin before I came to Lagos. So I know what it's like to be almost cut off from what's happening, all right, in the IT space. But please, it is not beyond you to travel. You can travel. Make plans to travel. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. You know, you guys are just looking at, let me put his face back on the screen. You guys are just seeing Mr. Patrick here on your screen. You don't know how we're able to bring him here, the things in his life that he had to pause so he could come here and speak with us even online. So imagine meeting him in person. He's the busiest person in this world. He's the busiest person. I had to threaten him that I will report him to God Almighty if he does not pick my call. You know, he is very, very busy. So for him to even be here with us in Lagos, it's a huge, big deal. And we are grateful so much for having him here on the webinar. But he's taking a step further and is going to be with us for a very small fee. All right, that money can't even put fuel in his car. All right, so we have made a way to subsidize this for Smart Big Campers. All right, we have had to push it down, subsidize this so that we can get as many people that are serious in the room. All right, so make sure that you're one of the first, because after I said the number, we're going to cut this off. All right, so try to be in the room. The URL is there on the screen again. It's smartbigcamp.com/import. All the details are there, the account number, the registration page, and everything else that you need. They're all there. Email addresses, everything is on that page. Go to smartbigcamp.com/import. The link is working. Okay, let me.
Yeah, Mr. Jill.
Yes, sir.
Somebody said something that's very interesting here in the comment box. Somebody was actually trying to, give some information about how you can access the 1688 and translate that to English. And I guess he was talking about just, accessing it through Google Chrome and then doing the normal Google Translate. That's actually fine, but you're going to get a computer-generated translation. You know, and then a sweet thing here is that one Mr. Steven, who is watching, said, yeah, he stays in China. That he stays in China, and that everything I've said tonight is actually correct. And then, in reaction to what the guy, somebody said about the translating using Google Chrome, he said some of them Google Translate will not translate for you. Smart, and you might translate something else that contains ball, and it will be giving you throwing up balls, like balls we play when you are talking about a different kind of ball. And I know that's actually what Mr. Akamu Steven is talking about. So,
that's very true. That's very true.
Exactly.
All right. So that's about that. All right. So guys, head on over there. We have already taken much of Mr. Patrick's time, and this is how much long. We've been here for like 1 hour and 22 minutes. All right. So thank you so much. For those of you who can spiritually and humanly get yourselves to Lagos, be there. If you cannot be in Lagos, make arrangements. Find a way to be in Lagos. You cannot afford to miss this. I don't know when Mr. Patrick will accept to sit down with us in person. He has his own business. He has a massive mini position empire to run. Okay, so he would rather be making the money than sitting down there to teach you how to make the money. Okay, so take advantage. So people are asking, what about Abuja? What about Port Harcourt? Even this Lagos, what would they do? So you don't know how to stay calm. So you better try and get yourself in there. Okay, get yourself in there. All right, so details are going to be there. They're on smartbigcamp.com/import. Later, hopefully I'll post the details on the group so you can get access to this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mr. Patrick, are there any parting words that you would like to leave us with?
Well, I think I would love to leave us with I passed through a seminary school. Yeah, I attended a seminary school. Each time when I was going to school the first time, my dad said something to me that stuck with me all through. You know, he said, well, he asked if I know a tree they call Iroko tree. I said, yes, Iroko tree is everywhere in our village. He said, well, how can one climb to the top of the Iroko tree? I said, well, I've not seen anybody climb to the top of an Iroko tree. He said, but there's actually two ways to climb to the top of an Iroko tree. That one way is actually climb. All right, it might take you years, but the thing is, you would get there someday. Or you get an Iroko seed, place it on the soil, sit on it, and wait for it to grow. You know, if it grows to the top, you definitely would be on the top as well. But that would take you a very long time. So that's actually some kind of a call to action. It's either you take that action or you go about it the other way.
Amazing, super. And I'm seeing some people in the comments are asking about online versions. I'm not really crazy about online because I'm sure people have been reading ebooks all this time and been watching videos on YouTube. Okay, he also has a YouTube channel. There are videos everywhere, but you see, there is nothing like making that physical connection. And those of you that know understand what I'm talking about. Okay, there's nothing like meeting the person himself one-on-one. And it's not just about what you are going to learn, it's about making the connection. So don't just think that you want to get an online version you can just read. That even if the only thing you can do is just to come and meet him in one-on-one, he has seen you face to face, you have made the connection, and then your colleagues that you are going to be learning with, you guys will take each other's number, have your contacts, and you guys can have rapport, you can talk. If anybody's having issues, you guys can cooperate. I know of some people in mini importation, they want to make a very big move. All right, and maybe they want to get goods very cheaply at, say, maybe 500K. You know, one person can't afford to do that, and they somehow cooperate. They come together, like 10 people put money together so they can all get that consignment at the same time. Then they all split when the stuff comes. You can't find that on online training. Okay, you have to come as a cooperative. All right, you have to come and meet the people who are doing this, all your students. And again, you guys are all smart big campers, and so most of you guys are already friends. Okay, so when you are coming together to learn the same thing for the same purpose and you're moving in the same direction, okay, there's nothing bigger than actually making that physical connection. I mean, we can do we can probably sell a webinar or a course, but for something like mini importation, I need you guys to be there in person so you can ask questions. If it's in a too fast, say, Bros Patrick, it's in a too slow. I don't understand why do we use another one? See, I beg, increase the volume, or do this, do that. It has to be interactive. That is how I believe we can make lasting change for you, not just throw an ebook at you. Okay, we want you to be there and learn experientially. Immersion learning, be there in person. Okay, so I'm not really so interested about recording the video or anything. There's almost, you can, if you Google, maybe you'll probably find some information, but we need to be there and get to talk to Mr. Patrick one-on-one. Okay, I believe that immersion learning is the best. That's why I'm really pushing for everyone to be there in person. So Mr. Patrick, thank you so much for being here. It is such an honor having you on the Big Business webinars. Even for free, you have given a lot of value that I know that some people are going to start practicing. Thank you so much for being on here, and I look forward to having you with us on Saturday the 14th of April.
Thank you.
All right,
pleasure.
Sir, and happy birthday. Thank you for doing this with us on your birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You have a great night now.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that was such a blast. I'm sorry, guys, I can't show my face. I didn't plan to show my face today. But that was such a blast, man. Patrick really threw it down. He outdid himself on this one. He gave us tons of value. Look, guys, I want to meet you guys in person there. Mr. Patrick never does seminars. He never does workshops. I had to make this happen. I had to negotiate this and make this happen at the most subsidized rate. You cannot buy Mr. Patrick's time. Oh, I know what I'm saying, okay? I had to make this happen for you guys. It's just 40,000 Naira within this till now and tomorrow. After that is 50,000 Naira. Normally, even if you pay 150K self, you can't get Mr. Patrick to sit down with him. But this is going to happen. We'll meet him one-on-one. You will see him, feel him, touch him. He's a real human being. He's not a ghost, okay? So go to smartbigcamp.com/import. If you act quickly, it's going to be just 40K. And I hope to see you there. Next week, Thursday, we're having another phenomenal training. And I'm going to announce that much later. But in the meantime, take action. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.